Whoa, welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight on Thirsty Thursday. If you didn't just see it, Gene and family at We Dig It just dropped a video a few minutes ago. Also, earlier today, To Dive and Detect announced a 1,000 subscriber giveaway. It's actually pretty huge. You get your choice between the detector or a pulse dive from Nocta Macro, which that would be what I would choose for sure. But go over there and make sure you check out both of those. Hey, and if you would do them a favor and share their giveaway out. I've had a thing here lately where sharing these giveaways out is such a really good idea. It really helps everybody involved, and it makes it that much more fun to see how many people we can get sign up for these giveaways. So To Dive and Detect, also mainly dirt fishing, crossed his 600 subscribers. Everybody show him some love. And you know what? Let's see if there's anything else. Also, not only do we have a guest tonight, we also have a special guest that's going to drop in here for a minute to do an announcement. And so I'm going to get to the chat and we're going to blow through this tonight. I've seen lots of friendly faces in here already, and I want to hit them all up. That's why I started about a minute early, make that 3 minutes early, because I wanted to make sure that I got everything in before we got going today. First one in here today was Miss Rowe at Diggin'. She was commenting about the tag that I had found in Missouri, which I'm in love with. I've never found one. I was told that it's a mining tag. I actually really, really like it. I have never found one like that. It was deep and it was kind of on edge. It was scratchy, and I pulled it right out of there. A very deep signal. The short was at the beginning of this. Check it out. Smash the like. We dig it. Just had their video. It says #MondayDigs. That's what we promote. That is our thing. And there is Mark and Angela from To Dive and Detect. Make sure you check out their giveaway. Do all that they ask, which isn't a whole lot. Be subscribed, smash the like, and leave the comment #To Dive and Detect in the comments in their video, and get entered. There's Willie, the Tin Man. See you at Flash Bash next weekend, brother. There's my good friend Gary. Gary's metal detecting. Please make sure you check out Gary. He's on the way up. His channel is doing fantastic. He's got a lot of good things going on. His videos look great. Make sure you show him some love. J. Paul is like, hit that thumbs up. And the reason why he says that is because he knows that if this week it's put it on the thumbnail, but 100 likes gets a gift card giveaway. So you know what? Smash it, and we'll do one of those at the end of the day. Mr. Josh, 508 Magnets, is in the house. He says must hit the like button. Look, Moto Mining is in the house. I just found the sweetest motorcycle detecting. Can't wait to see it, bro. Chris at Wicked Digger says great tag. It's awesome. I like those things. Anything copper and brass, I love. I love the way it looks. Old copper coins when they come out of the ground makes me happy. Judy Menzel is in the house. What's up, Judy? Metal Detecting with Randy is here as well. Got a donation from him in the mail for Get the Motor City Magnet Fishing. Randy, I'm going to be depositing that here shortly, so look for that check to come back to your bank. Appreciate the donation. Check with Tanner or Sonia or Motor City Magnet Fishers about if you want to donate to that cause. It's coming up. What's next? I'm Zaxon is in the house. Just actually finally got over to his channel and watched it and got to watch a video and subscribe. Give him some love. He's just starting out. Let's see if we can get him up a little bit as well. Let's see. Miss Mary, Autism Magnet Fishing, is in the house. Getting closer to July, Miss Mary. Can't wait to come up. Can't wait to be in Michigan. You hear me say that? I can't wait to be in Michigan. Real Deal Magnet Fishing's in the house. Hey, what's up, buddy? Nice to see you. Thank you. I love that tag too, man. I really do. Miss Patty Disharoon is in the house as well. Hope everybody is having an awesome day. I had a busy one. Oh, I froze for a second there. Let's go on down here so I don't get lost. Venture to Low, Mr. Cal is in the house. Venture to Low, stop by there at the end of the night and click on a playlist. I think that would do him well. I think he's lacking just a few hours in getting his into monetizing that channel. He puts a lot of work into it. I'd like to see that happen. Let's see. A lot of you talk a lot in the chat, which is awesome. There's Mr. Steve at Starry's Lost and Found. Thank you, Mr. Steve. Totally gnarly treasure. Mr. Jake was in our Monday digs this week. I hope he had a great time. Put out a really nice video. Hope to have him back this week. We'll start setting the lineup this weekend. But Jake, totally gnarly treasure. Please get over there. Jake, make sure you post your link in here several times tonight. I know you haven't pushed that 100 subscribers yet. Let's see if we can blow you up, my friend. Keep on pushing it. That was a great video on Monday. We had a really good night. Let's see. PA Relic Hunters, Mr. Dave is in the house, I'm assuming. I'm assuming. One of my favorite metal detecting channels. And I haven't, summertime's rolled around and it's been hard for me to catch up on all my videos. I've been watching them in the wee hours of the morning. Tough. Plugsy's in the house. What's up, Plugs? Nice to see you. I Dig Fridays. There's a participant right there. I don't know what, I think they start at 6 or 3:45 Pacific on Friday. Check out I Dig Fridays. Marty Verstahl, what's going on, brother? Nice to see you in here. Thank you for stopping by. As always, I appreciate it. George Robinson's in the house. George, I got to get down to see you guys and do some magnet fishing. They're just right down the road for me. I'll have to make that happen at some point. I've been kind of busy at work lately, but we'll make that happen. Let's see. There is Mainly Dirt Fishing again. Hello to all my homies. Just past 600. Look for that giveaway. That one's off. That one's sick. It's a pretty good giveaway, and so is to dive into text. I'm only going to promote the best giveaways. Hey, there, right there. I got to hit that really fast. I just saw something. Our guest of the evening has made it into the chat. We'll get down to there in just a second. Brenda Christian from Dalesville, Ohio. Nice to see you, Miss Brenda. Thank you for being here. Where is Dalesville or Doylesville? I'm sorry, located. My eyes aren't that great reading the screen. I'm about 60 miles west of Cincinnati, right on the Ohio River. Thank you for being here, though. Cruising on through a little faster, trying to get down to the bottom. Hey, we got 59 in the house. That's really good for 9:05 for us. Everybody, be sure to smash that like if you want entered in the. If you want entered in a gift card giveaway, if we hit 100 likes, I give away an Amazon gift card, free money at the end of the night. So make sure you smash that. Let's see. Iron Antler is in the house. Mr. James just got back from his trip to Wisconsin, and one of the guys was asking about the site where I dug that tag. That is his backyard, and he's got another permission there that he's going to be digging in here really soon. Make sure you keep your eye on Iron Antler Adventures. They are getting a little bit into the metal detecting as well as the magnet fishing. They're doing a great job. They run the Vanquish 540 plus he runs an Equinox, and that whole family is killing it. So I look forward to seeing their videos. I look forward to see what else comes out of that field. If they get much more out of it, I might have to drive back. Papa Rouse, Mr. Bill is in the house. Tuesday Night Lives, what's going on? Missed on the metal detective. I'm sure she's probably back in Texas now after her trip to Wisconsin. And I don't know if I said hi to Chris, Wicked Digger, but there he is right there. Let's go on through a little faster here. J. Paul, got you. And I just messed my stuff up. That's okay. Shannon Dalton's in the house. What's up, Shannon? Nice to see you. Yeah, George, I love that thing. Yeah, that mining tag, it was really nice. I'm really happy with it. Never seen one before. Jeff's Obsessions is in the house, and Practical Ken. Those two guys go together like peanut butter and jelly. Jeff's Obsessions and Practical Ken. Going on faster here. The Satu 27 is in the house. Thank you for being here. Also, if there's a Squatch anywhere nearby, now would be the time to be popping up here because I'm getting here really close to guest time. So let's see. If not, we'll do you later. Oh, there's my other guy right there coming in just all right on time. Let's see, going through a little faster. Motor City Magnet Fishers is in the house. Hey, if you guys still want to make a donation to the Get the Motor City Magnet Fishing, I'm sure that he will pop in the link and for you to do that. Georgia Diving and Recovery, thank you for being here. Smash that thumbs up. Right on. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to cruise through here a little faster because now I got guests arriving and I can't go through this a little slowly. I got to get busy. Fun with Dirt is in the house. Homestead Hunter. Detectors with Disabilities. Hey, man, that's awesome. Please share your channel. If you're not a moderator, I will catch up to you in the chat somewhere and get you in a little bit. Kind of got 3 things going on at once. If not, somebody please share that channel link. Louis Villarreal is in the house. Thank you for being here. I'm going to squeak down really fast here to get to the bottom because I want to let Squatch get his announcement in really fast, and I want to get to our guest before 9:12. So we're going to do this here in just a second. Cruising on through. Let's see if there's anybody that I feel like I missed. I don't see so far. Dig it all, save some history. Oh, that's Whitey right there, brother. Haven't had that YouTube channel's been kind of dormant for a minute. We'll probably talk a little bit about that. Relic Reaper Don is in the house. What's up, my brother? Nice to see you. Let's see. Getting on. Dirty Mag Yackers are in the house as well. You guys always swing in and support. I appreciate you very much. And let's get on down a little faster here. Cruising through. Man, it gets so hard to get through this chat every time. You guys blow it up. Much love. I think American Woodland Relics is in the house. Paul, it's nice to see you. Good to see you back around a little bit. Hey, anything I can do, you let me know, my friend. Okay, Pond Scum, Miss Kathy's in the house. Welcome, Miss Kathy. I hope you had a great week last week. And let's see. Brenda Christian is in the house as well. Thank you, Brenda. Jim Steele, what's up? Thank you very much. Let's cruise just a little faster because I'm almost going to make it. Rock City Comets is in the house. Haven't seen you in a minute. Oh, you have people check their subscribe status at Mainly Dirt Fishing. He got purged. Yeah, that kind of happens when you blow up like that with all them subscribers, especially if it comes from the streaming networks. So yeah, if you were subscribed and you got knocked off, make sure you stop back by over there. Tom Kingery is in the house. The other side of the boat. What's up, Mr. Jerry? Headed to the creek. Let's see, man, I tell you what, the crowd just keeps getting bigger and better. All right, Mandy Brown is in the house. What's up, Miss Mandy? Thank you for being here. Thank you very much. Almost there. All right, I'm going to go ahead. Totally Gnarly Treasure, we got to you earlier. Make sure I didn't. FLX Detectress is in the house as well. Miss Leanne Crawford, hello. David Alfonsetti is in the house as well. Green Mountain Metal Detecting, Stardom in the house. What's going on, guys? We all love the channel and your show. Thank you for stopping in. It's much appreciated anytime you come by. Probably the premier metal detecting channel on YouTube, without a doubt. Mark the Berg Hunter, Ohio River. What's up, Bill? Sorry, James, Nick. Man, you're never going to get it right, Mark, and you do that on purpose. Mark, I appreciate the super chat, my brother. As always, much love. My brother on the Ohio River, now in the great area of Pittsburgh. Edward Hyde, welcome. And let's see. And I'm going to go to the bottom and hopefully get there. Oh, no, man, you guys inspire us all. We all love watching. So thank you for being here. I definitely appreciate it. We're going to have a quick announcement really fast. I'm going to go ahead and bring my brother from down south, Mr. Jason, the Magnetic Squatch, is in the house. What's up, brother?
How you doing, Shane?
I'm doing well. I'm going to go ahead and we'll give you full screen, give you just a few minutes to go ahead and drop your announcement for the day so I can move on.
All right, 10-4. All right, guys, this Saturday is the Squatch Kratos birthday bash because Benny from Kratos Magnetics, his birthday was this month. My birthday is today, the big 4-7. So this weekend we're doing a Memorial Day birthday bash, Squatch / Kratos razzle. And there was going to be at least 3, but now there's 4 magnets that are up for giveaway. We've got the Orion clamp, the 2,400 pound Orion clamp. We've got the 2,400 pound Artemis 360, the 3,800 pound 360 Titan, and just brought up, someone's going to have a chance to own a Kraken. Imagine that clamp. That is a huge, strong, powerful clamp. That is up for grabs as well. So we've got 4 magnets that'll be up for grabs on this coming Saturday. There's going to be other prizes. I'm going to do some Squatch merchandise prizes. If anybody else has any sticker packs or anything you want to enter in, let me know. The live is going to start this coming Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or just Eastern Time, whatever. And at 8:30 is going to be the hard close. I can't accept any more entries, any more donations after 8:30 on Saturday. And then at 9 p.m., we're going to start the wheel spinning. And we're going to do winners. Thank you, Olin. Appreciate it. We're going to do winners right from the very first spin. No names are going to be removed off the wheel. So with each spin, everybody who puts in a donation is going to be on the wheel. And with each spin, everybody's going to have a chance to win. We're going to start off with some sticker packs, some merchandise, and then we're going to move on to the very final spins are going to be the magnets. And we'll see who wins. And that's kind of what we're doing. They're $5 per. And if you want to enter, just go to my channel and either the YouTube channel, you can find it on the Facebook links, or you can find it as well on Instagram. Just look for where it is. Just look for those links and you'll see all the ways to enter. We'll be talking about it again a little bit more tomorrow night. And tomorrow night I'll have the PayPal, Cash App, and Venmo links going across the screen. And of course, again, on Saturday night. So you can get entered in unlimited donations. So you have a huge chance to win some amazing prizes on Saturday night for the Squatch Kratos Memorial Day Birthday Bash Razzle.
Man, I don't know how you got all that out. And I didn't even see you breathe there. It just looked like you just were just going to town.
There we go.
Hey, that's a definitely an awesome deal. I'll try to be over there to see you on Saturday night. And as always, you're always welcome to come here and promote. We support Kratos Magnetics in this shop as well, so it's definitely decent. I hate to push you along, but I'm going to move along to my guest today because he's been down there waiting for a few minutes, and I'm excited to have a conversation.
Hey, thanks for letting me come up and talk about it. I appreciate it.
Anytime,
guys,
brother.
I'll be here for a little while. Check you out.
Thank you, Squatchy. All right, guys. So, here lately, I've been kind of straying away from guests, and, it's been kind of one of those things where it's been kind of hit or miss on how that works out. So, when I started looking earlier for somebody that I wanted to be a guest, I wanted to pick somebody that, maybe hasn't been around YouTube for a while, maybe does something different, but I know I found probably the right guy to come on today. Give me just a second to fix a couple of things. I had to put my Kratos logo up there. I want to go back to getting the right one up there for tonight. And just because when Jason promotes Kratos, if you go to Kratos Magnetics ORH12, I would definitely appreciate that. But my guest is definitely somebody that is a very enthusiastic metal detectorist. He's been around this area, had a YouTube channel that blew up really huge in a very short period of time. But now I just watch him on TikTok every time I hit my phone. There's a Sergeant Whitey video, and I was excited to meet him, so I contacted him, and like a champion, he volunteered to be here today. So everybody, drop a nice warm welcome for Sergeant Whitey, Mr. Sean.
Hey. How's it going, guys?
What's up, Sean? How are you doing, man?
Just got out of the water, got showered, got a little bit of eating, and got me a gold ring and 2 silvers today. So,
dude. Let me start with the TikTok really fast. Every time I flip on TikTok, you're right there, and it's easy to tell that you're a former military guy. How was your time? You were in the Marines, correct?
Yeah, I did 8.5 years.
8.5 years. Thank you for your service, my friend. We all appreciate that very much. We're very big on the veterans in here. And then, I watch all these videos and I just see how you approach it and how you handle it. I noticed that your stuff is really well done, and I'm drawn to it. So I'm like, you know what? I haven't met this guy. And normally when I pick guests, I pick people that I've talked to that I have a relationship with. But this time I chose to do something a little bit different. How do you like the TikTok experience?
I like it better. It's quick. It's easy. People like the quick aspect of it. I did YouTube for a while, and I spent hours and hours and hours editing video, getting it right, trying to get it right. I mean, I still have my digging song and stuff that I still use, and I was able to download it and use it in TikTok. So that kind of helps. So, but yeah, I like TikTok because I can just I can bust out a quick video, and while I'm driving from site to site, if I can pull over at a stop sign or whatever, stoplight for a few minutes, I can do a couple of editing, put it down, wait for the next stop sign, stoplight, and do it again.
Yeah, it absolutely doesn't take but just a second. And then, anybody that does create footage for YouTube, you really ought to just transfer it over and put it on TikTok as well, because TikTok gives you a great opportunity to get a nice following. That's really cool. I noticed that, and then you said that, and I think for the reasons that you mentioned is the reason why you dropped the YouTube. It just was too time consuming for you.
Well, that, and they banned my first channel because of the Whitey name. That's why my new channel says Dig It All, Save Some History. So they labeled me as racist, basically. So
they consider that a racist term?
Yes.
Oh my.
That busted my bubble. I had already put all this hard work in it, and I'm like, screw it, and I'm done. I may go back, but for right now, TikTok is like so much easier and faster for me. So
yeah, you're absolutely right, especially for a guy that now look, I'm sorry, I'm going to stereotype a little bit, but you seem like a very high-strung guy that likes to get out and dig as many holes as possible. You like going on the ring recoveries. You're doing all that, and TikTok just seems to work with your personality. Is that pretty correct?
Probably, yeah.
So let's go a little further real fast. And so I delved through some of your older TikToks and stuff like that. Are you a little bit of a prankster too? Is that part of your nature?
Yeah, I like to pick on my little boy and then my girlfriend's boys. So I don't know if you saw the one video that blew up. It went like 120 something K views, but the one of the mask on a string in the pantry.
In the closet?
If I'd have had a sound with that one, I would have got him. I know I would have got him a lot better.
Yeah, that's the one with the two cameras, right?
Yeah.
I was like that. I just like how you just made your girlfriend, she start cussing you out. I thought that was pretty funny too.
Oh, that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious.
Well, I saw the trend going on TikTok where you walk up to somebody, you just have a casual, acquaintance, you're sitting there just doing something casual. All of a sudden you freak out like something's going on, and they're, as a reaction, they're going to jump and run because they know, okay, you obviously saw something. I'm not going to be right here by this, whatever it is, So
now that's pretty hilarious because, and that stuff's all well and good. If I did that to my wife, I'd be sleeping in a garage. I mean, literally, I wouldn't get away with that for nothing.
He's a good sport.
It's a ton of fun. Now that I got some of that stuff out of the way, there's one more thing I want to get out of the way. Man, and from your TikTok, I realized that you have one of those jobs that I don't think very many people really want to have. Tell everybody what you do.
I work for a telecom company, and I have to work every Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and every other Tuesday, 12-hour shift. So when I can get out, I am out of this house, and I am on the road, either digging or swimming, and fishing for gold and silver or hunting relics. So
now serving the notices and stuff too, is that part-time? What's that?
That too. Yeah. I do process serving on the side as well. So that can be adventurous. I mean, I get fully strapped. I get my bulletproof vest on and everything. So I've had some crazy ones.
So when I was sitting there, I was watching the one about Crazy Lady. I was cracking up, and I was sitting there thinking, because if this was me and I was in this situation, I would try to, if we got on the right property, while it was done, I would try to make sure I did a really good job and was kind as possible and got out of there, no harm, no foul, but maybe ask for permission to dig there at a later time. Has that ever crossed your mind?
I haven't had to process serve anybody at an old house yet. So that if it comes up, I may have to try to negotiate something.
Man, you put your extra nice boots on for that. That's absolutely cool. Hey, you know what? When did we're going to get into the meat of the conversation. When did you? How old were you when you found treasure hunting? How did that come about?
Well, I entered in the Marine Corps in '94, so I got a bounty hunter probably around either late '94 or early '95, and I was stationed at Camp Pendleton, California. And at my camp, there was a volleyball court right down from my comm shop. And so one day I pulled it out of the trunk and went over to the little volleyball court and just started swinging. And I dug a 19, I think it's either 34 or 36 Mexican peso and a silver ring in the same hole with a bounty hunter. And it was probably, I think it was about 6 inches down easy. From then I was hooked. So, but being in the military, I didn't have time to, there was an old park right down the road from my comm shop. And if I could go back now, because I did go there one time and the grass was high and I dug one wheat penny. So I know there's some silver over there, and I never got a chance to go back over there to scope it out. So,
So military career was what years?
94 to 98 active, and 98. I was in the reserves, but kind of a non-op. But I went just to kind of hang out with the Marines and stuff. And then after 9/11, I re-enlisted in the reserves for 1 year. So.
Yeah, that has to be a trying time. I mean, it seems like you were in there during during the Iraq, and then
I was just past that, but Saddam started moving his troops back down to Kuwait. And when I first got in 94, that it was somewhere. I graduated boot camp in April. I went to comm school for like 8 weeks, and I went to MCT. So probably late 94 is when Saddam started moving his troops back down to Kuwait, and I actually got called up and was on the parade deck for 72 hours, but they didn't ship us out. So.
I feel maybe fortunate for not going over there, because I've seen a lot of people come back not the same person. So yeah, that's definitely one of those things. So what did you do when you was in the military? What was your job?
I was the old MOS was 2531, which is a field radio operator. Basically, I'm a grunt with a radio. The life expectancy of an officer, a commo, is like 6 seconds. That was the Vietnam thing. And then for a comm person, because you got this big old antenna sticking up, it's about a 15-second life expectancy in combat. So because they're looking for the officer and they're looking for the comm.
Yeah, somebody put a bullseye on. Yeah, I got that. Well, I mean, poor job choice while you're in the military, but
well, I actually wanted to go combat photography, so that's just as bad in a sense, because you're right in the middle of everything. So
yeah, absolutely, it's a bad spot. So you got that detector, you found that nice big piece of that Mexican piece, and then after that, how did your treasure hunting progress? What was some of the next good finds that you found? How did you really lock yourself into being lifelong?
Yeah, honestly, I didn't do much of metal detecting until I moved from Oklahoma to North Carolina in 2016, late 2016. I brought out with me, I had an MXT, didn't hardly use it. I had it for like 5 years. I mean, to be honest, I left an ex-wife that was very controlling, and so I couldn't do much digging. So I got ahead here in 2016, and I just went crazy and met up a bunch of people and just started, metal detecting as much as possible. I sold the MXT and got the MX Sport, which led to me using that one for 3.5 years. That actually led to me getting on the White's field team, for a couple of years. So,
yeah, and then they abruptly shut down. That's not much fun,
unfortunately.
Now they sold all their tech to Garrett, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So has Garrett decided to actually if they were going to do anything with that or not, or do you even know?
I mean, they did bring out the golden machine, which is basically was sitting in an MX. What was that machine? Not the MXT. I can't even remember the old machine now. It was the orange one or something like that. They brought it out and they made a gold machine out of that one, so it's not really waterproof. But that's the machine that Garrett put their logo and kept White's logo on it just recently.
So I mean, I see you pull a lot of good finds, and we all have our white whale. What's your favorite bucket list find that you pulled? That
I've pulled already? I'd have to say probably my box plate or my buckle, or probably the top one is that, because I had no idea what I even dug at the time, was that North Carolina sunburst button that's like less than 8 known to exist. So
wow, I mean that's truly amazing. I guess that's the main thing that you're getting down there is you're getting a lot of Civil War history, correct? I mean,
I get some, yeah. I travel though. I mean, I go to South Carolina and North Carolina. I'm right kind of in the middle, so I can go hit both within a few hours, and I'm in the other states.
So which state are you in?
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah. So are you close to close to Tennessee, or are you down a little further?
I'm south of Raleigh, so I'm close to Virginia, but close to South Carolina. And I'm also close to, because the East Coast of North Carolina is where your old history is.
Right.
So your colonial and Rev War type stuff and more Civil War stuff is further east. So,
you got to know your state where you're going to dig. And that's one state I don't know a whole lot about, even though I got a lot of friends that live there and I haven't even been there to dig.
I always label North Carolina as like the redheaded stepchild. They don't freaking have. It's like they have a little bit of history, but you go to Virginia, you're just flooded with Civil War history. You go to South Carolina, you're flooded with Civil War and Rev War and colonial, just like in Virginia. But it's like you got to be on that east coast of North Carolina, or you don't get much from North Carolina, sadly. But
yeah, well, it's still good. I mean, it's still like there's a wide variety, and you still have no idea what's going to come out of the ground where in most of the places that you're at. Hey, what's been avoiding you? What's the big white whale that you just can't get that monkey off your back?
I honestly am surprised I have not dug any gold coin yet, because
Wow,
I dig everything. I'm not even kidding. If I get a repeating signal, especially at an old home site, I am digging it just to investigate what it is. Even if it's trash, I don't care. And then the things that I dig, I know is in that gold coin range. And just like actually where I found that rare button, for instance, is it dates back easily to late 1700s into the early 1800s. And I've got one seat at halftime. I've got 4 or 5 large cents. I've got a KG out of there. I've got 3 different North Carolina buttons. I got the rare button. I got a regular sunburst button with the NC in the middle of it. And then I got an NC state seal button along with a taco eagle button. So, I mean, I know there's a chance of a gold coin out there. And every time I get a chance to dig out there, I'm literally digging every signal that's repeating.
Yeah, I mean, especially if that's something that you're high on and looking for then that's gonna yield a lot more trash in your digs.
Yeah.
I see you're using the Max and you're using the Apex as well.
Yeah, and also I still use my MX Sport mostly in the water. That's primarily what I use in the water still, because I'm just so used to it. I've got the setup perfectly how I wire it to my hip and everything. So I still use the MX Sport in the water, but I primarily use the Max or the Apex on land. So
how do you like comparatively I know a lot of people really like the AT Max. I know a lot of people really don't like the AT Max, but it seems like it has great depth. It seems like it's a really good machine, especially field hunting. And then compare that to the Apex, and with the multi-frequency, does the Apex give you an advantage, do you feel?
Yeah, if I was going to be using it like at the ocean and stuff and hitting the beach and trying to hit that water line, I would definitely go to the Apex. It's not waterproof, so you got to be careful of getting too far in the water, but it's water resistant at least. But at least I know I can get in some of those areas that my Max or the MX Sport can't get to because of the mineralization of the salt water and stuff.
Yeah, I was really curious because I think that version, when that one came out, what did the Apex run retail when you got it? I mean, it was 4 or something.
Yeah, it was somewhere around there. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know the Max was 600 to 700 when it came out. So the Garrett put that product out at a really good price.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And with the multi-frequency. So, but it's one that nobody around me picked up, so I didn't get to play with. Yeah. Everybody bought the Nox.
It's so light. I mean, it's easy to program. It's the Viper coil for the Max, the Pro, and the Apex. It's wide enough that gives you the coverage, but it's narrow enough to give you the in between iron pieces. That's what I love about the Viper coil. I don't have to go too small with the 5x8. I don't have to go too big with the standard. I can hit that Viper coil and get those iron spots, and I can squeak stuff out. So
yeah, that's like the 4.5x9 that's on my Note to Impact, and I really, everybody's like, why don't you put that bigger coil on there? And I'm like, man, I'm playing in the iron patches because it feels to me like when I go out digging that everybody digs out in the open where there's not a lot of iron. I feel like I got to play in the iron to find the good targets anymore. Well,
I've actually used the Reaper in an iron spot, and you just cut your sensitivity down, because especially in a plowed field, if you don't have your sensitivity up too high, but you got your you want to cover as much area as possible. And a lot of the stuff, you're going to want to squeak into some of those iron connections and stuff. So a smaller coil would be better. But if you're wanting to hit it good and hit it, because they may not turn it again for a few months or whatever the case is. So if you want to do a quick scan and hit that thing with those big coils, just lower your sensitivity down and squeak out, some of those within 2 to 4 inch targets, get those out of the way, and then go back in there with a standard or a Viper type coil or a 5x8 or something like that.
Yeah, the target separation and all these new machines. I play with the Legend and with the Equinox is so good that you're right. You can get away with swinging them big coils in there. I've never tried. I've never really tried dropping my. I drop my sensitivity down to where it's quiet, and then I just play in the iron because it seems like it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
But it's definitely. I've never tried lowering the sensitivity in the iron patch. Now I got a place I want to go tomorrow and drop my sensitivity and see if I can. I can squeeze.
I call it my honey hole. That's where I dug that North Carolina button, and so that's what I've done. I have literally tried every coil, and I've even tried the Sport. So I've tried 3 machines there, along with the Apex and the AT Max, with every coil that I have, and I have found stuff every time I've gone out there. So.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. And you've been digging for a long time, and it's just I like I told you earlier that just when you watch your videos, your energy, the way that you just present yourself on there, and that's probably the reason why your YouTube channel blew up so fast. I mean, you blew up pretty quick, and you only had like 15, 20 videos, something like that. I mean, it didn't take long.
No, that's what stunk about it. That's what stunk when YouTube knocked me down. I was like, it just took the sell out of me, so to speak, because I put so much work in there. Got that song made for my channel so I could use it and not have to worry about the license crap with all these songs that you try to add to it. At least I've got my own song, and it was perfect for what I was doing. And so I didn't even think about, and I even tried changing it. That's what sucks is my original was Sergeant Whitey, but whenever I changed it, I was already flagged. So I was already, screwed, so to speak.
I don't really understand that. I mean, just to take words and turn it into something else without any context behind it is.
Yeah, and just for the record, for everybody, Whitey is just my nickname. I had bleach blonde hair like my little boy does right now, and the high school kids when I entered 7th grade called me Whitey, and that was my nickname. I can go back to my hometown now, and nobody knows me as Sean Sherrill. It's all Whitey. I mean, that's everybody will say, "Oh, Whitey, I know who that is." But
yeah, I mean, and see that I feel like that's a little unjust. I feel like they should either give you an opportunity to change it, or maybe adjust it a little bit, or maybe give you time to explain it. It just seems like taking it down is rather harsh. Hey, my buddy Dan wants to know, ask Sean, what is a good sensitivity for those 4-inch deep targets, full HIF quarter?
I mean, honestly, it's a trial by error. On me, I don't go full sensitivity unless I'm in the middle of the field and I'm not hearing anything. But if I'm getting in that iron patch and about a 4-inch depth wise, I'm probably about halfway, maybe one notch up half, something like that, at least on the max anyway. I don't know about anybody else's settings, but that's what I usually do.
All right, Calvary Relics is in the house. What's up, man? And I see Mr. Andy at Lost Boys Recovery saying hi. Yeah, it seems like the Garrett crew is kind of shrunk down a little bit. They still got their heavy hitters and stuff like that. Yeah. Do you do anything for Garrett, or is it just your choice?
I do a little bit. Like I said, I'm really good friends with KG and Ringy and Gypsy. I go to some of the events and everything and hang out with them and stuff, and I help them set up and stuff. I mean, I'm lobbying for a position, but if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So
I think you'd be a great ambassador to the hobby. I mean, it's just you find who the right people are. I mean, it really stands out, and putting yourself back out there a little bit, that's pretty awesome. The other, is going to get into the other things. What kind of hunts have you got lined up? How you got anything that you got coming up that you're going to be doing that's whether it be public or whatever, or you just got something you want to talk about?
Hunts are just kind of hit or miss with me right now, especially with my work schedule. Like I explained, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and most digging events are like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So the odds of me getting into another event is going to be. I went to the Nugget Noggin one here recently just to kind of support him, help him, and be there with Garrett and stuff, and just kind of get to know some of the other people and mingle with some of his fans and stuff like that. Just to kind of, Preacher Digger was there, so we got to hang out and talk and stuff. So it was a good time. I love going to events just mainly for the fellowship, and I could really care less if I win anything. In fact, it was very shocking that I dug, I think it was like 49 silver dimes and didn't win a single prize. So I got 72 silvers, and he was using the Rosie dimes as his tokens for prizes. And me and Steve Moore from Garrett, we both dug over 50 silver dimes that could have been a token, and neither one of us won anything.
Now that's kind of unusual. I really have. I went to one seated hunt, and it really just didn't suit my.
Yeah.
I didn't. You got people out there with the old Tesoros, and they rush. You're put in this little area. You're pinned in like chickens, and you're running through there trying to get as much as you can. And I was like, man, this is not for me.
Yeah.
Put me out in the middle of a field somewhere, and it just, I don't know. I guess the event. I guess you're right. The event would be more for the fellowship of it and whatnot.
I prefer natural hunts. I've gone to a couple of seated. There's one in South Carolina that I've gone to. That the guy, he puts on a pretty good setup. Nugget Noggins isn't too bad. I mean, it was pretty well set up, and lots of silver, lots of prizes. Then even if you go to a regular digging event that's a natural, a lot of times they'll have a seated silver hunt. So it's just to give you some silver before you get out of there, kind of thing. So.
Right on. Also, if anybody in the chat has any questions for Sean, please feel free to hit him up. I'm sure he'll be glad to answer anything. Also, we are at 69 likes today. We make it to 100. That equals an Amazon card giveaway, and those are instant, man. They're in your email as soon as we get off tonight, and that's free money at Amazon. You can buy any gear that you want with that. So they're better than mailing stuff out every single week. So definitely be doing that. I was sitting here trying to think. Usually when I get somebody that I haven't met before, I have this whole list of stuff that I always want to talk about, and because I've been around them and stuff like that. It's a little different. I don't really know you all that well, so why don't you give somebody in here like just your best actual story about metal detecting, whether it be something great that you found or just something funny that happened.
I have so many stories. I guess probably one of my heart-wrenching ones is it's actually, I don't know if anybody subscribes to American Digger magazine, but Butch and Anita published one of my writings about ring recoveries, or the ring finders. It's in this month's issue. But one of my favorite ring recoveries was me and my son. He's private pup. For everybody that doesn't know, I'm Sergeant Whitey. He's private pup. We go and get this permission at this older house, and a storm's coming in, and so we had to cut it short because I'm carrying this big metal shovel around. I didn't want neither one of us to get electrocuted. So I go up to the door and I knock on the door, and I ask her, I said, hey, do you mind if we come back again? Because we had to cut it short because of the storm coming in. She goes, oh yeah. She goes, maybe when you come back next time, you'll find my husband's Mason's ring. And he's passed away. He'd been dead. He'd already been passed away for like 3 years. And so I come back one other time, didn't find it. I come back the third time. And at this time, I'm still using the MX Sport. I was swinging the 13-inch coil, and it's in the middle of the summer. And I stop underneath the shade tree, and I put my coil down on my shovel with my machine, leaning up against my shovel. And I'm sitting there wiping my head, wiping my face, getting cooled off. And as I go to move my machine, I'm getting this pull tab signal. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm just going to dig this pull tab and get it out of the way. I pop the plug, and I see the bottom of a gold band. So I run up to the door, I knock on the door, and I ask her, I said, hey, Miss Keith, if you're not too busy, I got something to show you. And as we were walking out to the spot where I dug this, I asked her if I could go Facebook Live. She's 80-something years old. I honestly didn't think she would let me, but she did. She goes, oh, yeah, I don't care. So we started walking up, and I explaining to her, kind of what I'm doing. So I go live, and I'm telling everybody, okay, I got this permission, and she told me about some lost ring, so I think I might have found it, and we're going to get her live reaction when we get it. So I go over to the ring spot. And it's about 3 to 5 feet away from the side of the road where they put a bunch of like leaves and limbs out, where like a trash truck will come in and pick it up. And so I looked down, and she's standing over on the back side, and I said, okay, your husband's ring or something, there's a ring right there. And I have her bend down to pick it up. So she picks it up, and she's bringing it up and looking at it. And I said, is that your husband's ring? And she goes, it sure is. And she goes, I can't believe you found it. Thank you so much. And I said, well, just think, Miss Keith, you're the first person that's touched that ring since your husband lost it. And of course, he's passed away. So I go and turn around, and I'm facing opposite from her, and I'm signing off with Facebook Live and telling everybody thank you for watching, and catch back with you later, whatever. Dig it all, save some history, my famous slogan. I turn back around and Miss Keith has this big old alligator tear rolling down her cheek. And all I could do was reach up and give her a hug. And I said, I'm so glad I got that ring for you. I said, your husband's been gone. At least this is a little bit of something back, let you know that he's still here, kind of thing. But anyway, that's probably one of my favorite stories, but I've got a couple more. But
well, no, that's so you were looking for one ring and you found a different one?
No, I wasn't even looking for the ring. She just told me that her husband lost a ring and I just happened to find it.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't one of the rings
where I stopped to wipe my brow. That's my coil was right on top of the ring. And when I went to move it to keep going swinging, that's when I heard the pull tab signal. And I was like, well, I'll get this pull tab signal out, and it ended up being the ring.
So the best part about that story to me is the fact that, and whether it's you had the wherewithal to do that or not, but you didn't touch it. You let her pull it out of the ground.
Yep.
And then you.
Because at that time I had no clue it was a Masonic ring. All I could see was the bottom part, the band. Right. So the top part's where the Mason part is. So actually, I've got it right here. Hang on. I don't know if you can see it, but
hang on.
It may not do it. Hang on a minute. I don't know if I can. I may not be able to do it. Hang on. Let me.
I saw it for a second there.
Yeah, I think it's because I got this virtual thing up, but there it goes. See it right there at the bottom?
Oh, yeah. Hold on, let me drop that comment. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Now I see it perfect.
Yep.
Dude, that is awesome.
Yeah. So that went back to Miss Keith.
So she told you to keep it, or is that a picture?
No. That's the photo. Yeah, I was saying I had the photo. Didn't mean to say I had it. But yeah, she let me. But she did let me come back twice that same year. I got to take it to my monthly meeting, and I got to take it to the end of the year meeting. So she said I could come back and metal detect her property anytime. Don't have to knock. Just pull in and start swinging. So.
Yeah. So and that's another question. You have a nice club that you swing with?
Well, I'm actually the president of Wake County Metal Detecting. So
that's cool. Yeah, we don't. That's the other thing we was talking about up here is that everywhere I go, everybody seems to have a club, but nobody has a club around here.
Well,
so
it's an older club. It dates back into the 70s. It used to be called Triangle Relic Recovery. And when Doug Hardy, who was the former president, he's still a member. He's actually still on the board. I kept him on the board just for advisory. I wanted to make Wake County metal detecting public. I wanted to put it on the map. I wanted to get us exposure. I wanted to, help the community. We volunteer to help Raleigh PD on cold case things like to find a gun, to find bullet casings, anything that Raleigh PD may need us. We volunteer. We even volunteer to train them if they need training on how bullet casings sound with whatever machine they have in their arsenal. If they can bring it in, we'll give them free training. There's just a lot of things we offer, and we're on the verge of getting a website. As soon as the website is up and going, we'll be able to really go public with the city and the county of Wake County for that matter. So
yeah, that's something else that's really cool. We don't have a club, so I don't know. I feel like as much as I work, I don't know how you have the time for it to actually start and run it.
We have. It's already started. I just basically took it over and revamped it. Like I wanted to put us on the map, and that was the only thing I didn't like about it is that it was like a secret club, and it was like nobody knew about us, and nobody's going to search Triangle Relic Recovery. If you don't know metal detecting, that's one thing you're never going to search for. So at least now, even if you search Wake County metal detecting may pop up. If you search metal detecting and you're in Wake County, that's going to pop up. And so I wanted, like when we create our website, we're going to have so much on that website. It's going to be like the go-to spot. It's going to have all kinds of links to buy things, all kinds of links for bullets and buttons and all kinds of stuff. It's going to have a ton of stuff on it. So, yeah.
So, a little bit. I mean, I'm sure you door knock, but do you got a special way that you do your research for historical sites? Do you got anything special that you do that might be a little different from everybody else? How do you go about finding the places you dig?
I use an app called Landglide, and it's just a soil survey, so it goes back to usually early 1900s. So that's pretty much what I use, and I get lucky. Like my honey hole that I call now, that was per the soil survey was just like a 1918 or a 1920 house site, but I got lucky and found 3 house sites on the same spot. So, and it dates, I mean, honestly, it's like I got an early 1800, a mid 1800, and then it goes into an early 1900. And there's big gaps in between because I'm not finding any Indian heads. I'm not finding any barbers. I'm not finding, it's just crazy the gaps that there's there. I mean, I found a shield nickel. So, but it's just, I found 1 or 2 buffaloes, but no V nickels. So it's just like there's a big gap.
That's really strange. Usually, because once you got a place that had something, there's always going to be something there. You're going to find something in every time period. But
I found what the crazy thing is, I found a bunch of floral buttons, and I think they're the boot floral, like the real fancy long high boots that women used to wear, and they got the real fancy floral type designs on them. I have a feeling, and I don't know because I haven't been able to track any history down, but I have a feeling that this husband possibly was in the Civil War, may not have made it back, and she may have lost her house, farm, whatever, had to sell or whatever the case is, because she probably couldn't take care of it. And then that's why I think there was an earlier one. Then she lost it, and nobody lived there until like early 1900s is what I honestly feel.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if because we're on the area that I'm at, dates back to the early 1800s. There's tons of resources and maps. We have a lot of different ways about going about, finding places to hunt. But the area that I'm at has also been just pounded to death, since the late 70s. So it makes it kind of everywhere I go. If it's a yard with a house on it, it's been hunted before. Every time they tell us that it hasn't been, we find out that they are wrong. So we're picking through everybody else's scraps, which is okay. It's not a big deal.
No sites ever hunted out. I've gone to many sites that have been detected. I've gone to my own sites, and I mean, I just literally my own permission. I just dug my U.S. belt buckle. And me and a bunch of people have been there, and we've walked over it. So,
yeah, that was one of the notable things about that video was that it was just talking about how many people that you brought there, how many times you've been there digging, and then this pops out of the ground in the iron. I mean, that's how it happens. We got 1 or 2 sites like that, but it's because nobody knew that there was a home site there. We discovered it on our own. Going through a 40-acre lot, playing. That's how we find our best spots is that way. Yeah. It's definitely, what are some of the, you said the gold coins on your bucket list. What are some of your other really awesome finds that you haven't? I know you've mentioned several of the Civil War things. What's your oldest coin?
Probably one of my reals, but I'm in my group. They call me no date because I've got 7 reals with no dates. So
yeah, I've got 1/2 real, and it was melted in a fire. The only thing I got on it is the last number in the thing, and it's a 4, and it doesn't really help me out much at all.
At least you got a 4. I don't even have a 17. So I mean, I have 0 dates on 7 of my cut pistarines. I got 2 half reals and no dates. So
do you ever do any beach hunting on the coast?
I have, but I'm about 2 to 3.5 hours away from where I'm at. So we are planning a trip up there as a club. Like, we're going to try to promote it to say, hey, if you want to come, we're going during the week, and another crew's going to go on the weekend that doesn't work on the weekend like I do. So they can go out there. We're going to try to do a little group hunt on the beach and just meet up and just start swinging. So
now you can't dig in the water there, correct? Is that how that works?
In North Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can. Florida is the one that you can't.
Oh, see, I thought they had something about like if you pull a gold coin out of the water.
No, there's sections in North Carolina that you can't metal detect around the old fort, and then up like the northern part of the state you can't detect along the beach on that one.
Right on it. Yeah, because I don't even remember where I saw that. I think I saw somewhere where somebody and it was an article that I read said that they got some coins confiscated that they found, and I haven't
heard it. If there is, I don't know about it. I know for sure. I know Florida's got that law, but I don't know about North Carolina. I don't think they do. I don't remember hearing about it.
Like salvage claims is what that's all about, or something like that. Yeah, that would drive me nuts. the honest side of me would say, God, I got to report this. And then the treasure hunter side of me would say, man, all I got to do is just take it home and put it in a case,
Right.
I mean, so yeah, but
well, I don't do diving in the ocean. At least I haven't. I'm kind of a chicken at that. So there's some big things down there that can take care of me.
Yeah, there's stuff in that water that moves a lot better than you do in it as well.
Yeah.
Golly. So you got a couple of them. The reals are great to find. What's your favorite oldest relic besides the Civil War belt plates and stuff?
Probably the button. I mean, I like I said, it's smaller. I don't know if you've seen it diameter wise, but like if you know what a regular, just an eagle button, the size of a coat button, for instance, it looks like a cuff button. I mean, that's about how small it is. And I honestly thought I just had a cuff button for an NC Sunburst. I had no clue, but there's actually another version that's called the Pine Tree, North Carolina. It says North Carolina on top. It's got a pine tree in the middle with 7 cluster bombs at the bottom. And mine's got the Sunburst part with the 7 clusters, and it says North Carolina on it. So there's 2 versions of that, and it's basically a North Carolina militia. It's pre-Civil War. So
yeah, I've got a couple pre-Civil War things as well. Two Brothers Treasure says like 73. We are 27 away. You guys are gonna have to push it because I'm probably not going super late tonight. So just so you guys know that if you want to get that gift card, smash it up and get me over 100 today, and we'll do a nice comment giveaway on that sucker. So yeah, like I said, man, it's really cool. Do you got a place that you want to go that you'd like to travel to that you haven't? I mean, everybody says England. I mean, I know that that's where everybody wants to go. But I mean, is there some place in the States that you'd like to go or somewhere else in the world?
Well, I mean, I've hunted in New York. I've hunted in Pennsylvania. I'd love to go. Both of those states have tons of history. I mean, it's so crazy. My buddy and I, Tyler, we actually drove up to upstate New York, and we were passing all these 1800s houses. And then talking to the locals, they're like, yeah, we don't even knock on those doors. I'm like, what? I said, that's like our bread and butter in North Carolina, It's like, yeah, if it's not 1700s or older, we don't even care about it. And I'm like, geez, I'd be loading up on 1800 stuff.
Hey, that sounds like spoiled rotten is what that spoil sounds like.
I'm not picky. I mean, I get happy with a 64 Rosie. So
you know what? Silver is silver is silver. Anytime you pull one out of the ground. I was a little frustrated a couple weeks ago. Me and the guy I was digging with, he went seeded Barber, and I went Rosie. Oh. I mean, that wasn't not much fun, but it works itself out in the end. What's your man? Have you found like a Morgan, or have you found any of the big coins?
I've got one piece dollar. In fact, it was probably my first year really digging. I actually dug 3 Barber halves, a piece dollar, and a walking Liberty, 5 big coins, all in 5 weeks. And the piece dollar and the walking Liberty were 7 feet away from each other.
Wow. I can't even imagine. I mean, I own several piece dollars. I think I got 1 Morgan in my collection because I collect coins as well.
Yeah, I do too. But physically I've dug 4 Walkers, 4 Barbers, 1 piece dollar. But what's crazy is I've never dug a silver Ben Franklin, and I've never dug a silver Kennedy yet.
Yeah, I've only seen 1 silver Franklin come out of the ground. The only half I've ever dug is the one that I wear around my neck. It's a 42 Walker. Nice. And that's just it. I mean, I haven't had the luck of finding anything like that. And I found this one. The funny thing about that was that it was a block wall behind a building, and I'm scanning up and down the stone on the wall, and I found it 1.5 foot up off the ground inside some what do you call it? Ivy that was kind of pulling it into the cracks there, and it had been there for for forever. And I was like, I thought, and it sounded like an overload because I was so close to it when I scanned over it, and I was like, oh. And then I pulled it out, and then my buddy that I was with, he was like, "Where'd you find that?" I said, "I found it in the wall." It's kind of looked at me. We were getting chewed up by mosquitoes, and that's the only half that I've ever pulled. So I wear it proudly. If I find one older, I'll stick it in this bezel and keep on going that direction.
Exactly.
Hey, we're closing in on the 10 o'clock hour, everybody. So be mindful, if you haven't smashed the like, you've got just a little bit longer. we're going to spend a little bit more time with Mr. Sergeant Whitey here today. We'll call him Sean since YouTube does not like Sergeant Whitey, even though I think that's ridiculous. That had to be the most disheartening thing that ever happened, because as well as you were doing, and just for them just to yank it right out from under you. We've had that happen to somebody in our community right now. He's in the chat right now. Completely lost his channel for no good reason. Mr. Metal Detecting with Randy never was given a true explanation. Almost like somebody just deleted it, basically, is what that boiled down to. Same thing happened to him. He had to start over, but we have a very sound community here. We helped get him back going again, and that's kind of how we kind of roll. We're all in it for each other. We support one another. We try to teach people how to build these YouTube channels up a little bit and try to get everybody growing. So that's what these lives are about.
Well, I guess if I start revamping, I know who to get a hold of then.
Come on over, man. I would be glad to add you in and help you out. Because I think you don't need a whole lot of help. I think you've got everything pretty well figured out. But it is a shame, because people that have channels like yours and with that personality, they seem to do very well, very camera friendly, personable, that kind of stuff. I definitely appreciate your service.
Thank you.
And then watching, serve, going out and serving people. It takes a special breed of person to do that kind of stuff. And I don't have that personality. I don't have that personality for anything to do with law enforcement or anything like that, but the ultimate respect for those guys.
Thank you.
And, why don't you find us like one more good story from metal detecting that you really want to share? And then we'll start working our way towards the end of the day.
Well, probably it's another ring recovery. It was a young lady. I mean, I've probably recovered. Well, I'll do two real quick because both of them are pretty quick. So one of them was a lady young lady, probably in her 20s. Her mom just passed away a few months ago, and from when I found the ring, or when she lost it. She lost it in the lake, playing around with some friends, and it was the only thing she had of her mom's. And one of those stories she gave me a section, like a big square of where it could be, and I pounded that section. Didn't find a ring. I moved 15 feet away from where she said, and within the third target, I found her ring. And I was probably 50 yards away from where she's at up on the dock, waiting on me to find this thing. And I've been out there for almost 3.5 hours trying to find this ring. So I brought it back up, and she was crying. She was, just loved it that I found it. And then on the day after Mother's Day, I got a call from an older lady whose mom had passed away when she was 96. So this lady's got to be in her 70s, 80s too. She lost her ring on Mother's Day in a river canoeing with her grandson. And the current took her into a tree. They flipped. She was paranoid, so she jumped up, felt the ring fall off, trying to save her grandson. Probably about 2 weeks later, not this Tuesday, but the Tuesday of last week is when I met her 2.5 hours away, and I had to walk upstream on this strong current river, about 3 foot deep of water, with my machine, then try to get in the area where she lost it. And it took me about probably 15 to 30 minutes to locate the item, but it took longer to get to it because of where it was at. It was up underneath the tree. So after I broke a bunch of limbs and got where I could get up underneath it, I put a pair of goggles on and I looked down in the water and I could see the ring shining right back up at me. So she was very, very happy to get that back, because that's the only thing she had of her mom's too. So
how does there's a lot of people that may not know, and since you do it, how does signing up for Ring Finders work? How do you get to be a part of that? You just
go to the Ring Finders, you fill out the application. Chris Turner is amazing. He'll call you, walk you through how it's worked for him, get your profile set up, get your links set up, and teach you how to do your blog when you find something. And when you find someone's ring, you write up a little blog. And then what I do is I share my blog with the person I find it and ask them to please share a comment, how your experience was with me, with the Ring Finders. And I've got, just this year alone, I think I'm at 14, ring recoveries already. And it's not even middle of the year yet. So
not even the middle of the year. There's nothing more rewarding than something that somebody has grieved over and thought that was gone forever, and then to bring it back and give it to them. There's probably, I can't think of anything that would be better for somebody's frame of mind, or just that relief and joy. That sounds like a lot of fun. I've always considered it. I never even signed up for it around here. And, you know, it'd probably be something else I might as well do because I don't think anybody else does it around here. I've never seen any
Yeah, I
news
mean,
articles.
you just go to the ring finders and look at your location and see who's in the area. And some of them are even not even active. We got a couple of guys in the North Carolina area that their names are still out there, but they don't really do it. But I was just going to add that my biggest thing is the ones I don't find, because I never want them to think that I took their ring. I never want them, and I try to be as above board as possible. When I dig something, I hold it up, pull tab, piece of foil, you know, nickel, you know, I scream it out, show them, and I dump out my bag and I show them everything. And the ones that I can't stand is the ones I can't find, because I just don't want any chance or a shadow of a doubt that, you know, I didn't do what I was there to do, and that was to help find their lost item. So
yeah, a lot of times, you know, a lot of times it may not have been lost where they thought they lost it.
And that's exactly, and that's what I told them. I said, and there's been a few that the person, they know they lost it in that area, but I couldn't find it for whatever reason. And then there's some that I want my yard checked because it could be here, and I want to eliminate that. And so that's what I tell them when I go. I was like, I'm going to prove it's either not here or I'm going to find it. So
yeah, I've only found one gold ring, and the funny thing about that is that I was on a farm and I had that permission. The man was looking for his wedding band, and his neighbor, his father, was looking for a Masonic ring. So there was 2 gold rings that I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I pulled a gold ring out of the ground that was full of diamonds. Everybody was gone. Everybody had left. I thought I'd found the wedding ring. I took it back over. It was a gentleman that I worked with. Took it back over and showed him. He's like, "You can have it." I'm like, "Why is that?" He says, "Because that's not mine." You know, I'm like, "How's it not yours?" And he says, "I'm telling you, it's not mine." Stuck it on his finger, didn't fit. And then so I said, "Is it your neighbor's? Do you think he was wrong? Do you think it would, you know, might not have been a Masonic ring?" He was absolutely certain, and you know, it was. I got it in my safe. It's just one of those things, and I was like, I thought for sure that I had actually found the right one, you know, and it wasn't, and it was just nobody knows how I got there. I mean, how does that actually happen? It's something, you know, that's just amazing. It's amazing what makes it into the ground.
Yeah, I have found 2 gold rings in the middle of nowhere. One was like a half. I just got it's a signet ring. It's missing the lower part of the band, and then the other one is a like a big gold ring with looked like it had a diamond in it, or a sapphire or something that got lost. But anyway, the ring's there, just middle of nowhere.
The other thing I noticed is that I'm pretty sure that Mainly Dirt Fishing has put up something for his giveaway, that 600 subscriber giveaway. You guys need to get over there for that. Tons of good prizes. It's probably happening really soon. Sorry, I didn't see that link when it popped up on my screen over here. I'm trying to do a couple other things, but be sure you look to see when that video is, because that's going to be a great giveaway. Definitely everybody make sure. Hey, do you have any kind of merchandise, anything else that you want to promote that you got for yourself that whether
I don't think I have. Yeah, I got one over here. Let me go grab it real quick.
Man, I was like, I'm just waiting. I'm sitting here being all quiet. Hey, you guys, thank you for being here tonight. 18 likes to go. You've got about 5 minutes, maybe 10. We might come on back for something else after Mr. Whitey takes it for the day. What you got there, brother?
That's my challenge coin.
Oh,
and on the back, it's got the button, the rare button.
Now, is that the same? Where did you get that at? Where'd you get that made?
I just looked up how to look like a company to get challenge coins made, and that's what I came up. This is my second batch that I've done. This has got my challenge coin, and then I've got my own stickers, of course, Sergeant Whitey's Discoveries. So
yeah, right.
If you want to do a giveaway, I've got one of each. I don't know how you do your giveaways, but feel free to.
Okay, well, let's take it out. Everybody that's still in the chat, also. Main Dirt Sweep Us. Hold on a second. Let me mod you up really fast. Hey, we're going to do a chat. We're going to do a giveaway here. Sergeant Whitey's going to give away a challenge coin and some of his stickers. And let me go ahead and get that person added as a moderator. Welcome, Main Dirt. I appreciate you being here. Let me get something set up really fast. Why don't you hit us with another story while I'm setting up this drawing?
Yeah. Let's see. What's another one? I did another ring recovery. Another lady who she was doing some yard work, and she only had her dad died at 90 years old, so she's in her late 70s, mid to late 70s, easy. and her mom died when she was 5 years old. Her dad died when he was 90. Okay. So when he died, he had a safety deposit box and there was this gold ring in there and it was her mom's ring. She had no clue it ever existed. So when he passed away, she got into the safety deposit box. She got this gold ring, was wearing it, doing yard work, and lost it, and was just beside herself wanting this ring back because it was the only thing she had of her mom. And of course, her passing away when she was only 5, I can understand. So I drive like 2 hours away to go to her place and get the scoop and everything. And I think I found her ring within less than 10 minutes, and she was crying herself too. So I love the happy joy smiles, and even with the tears, just as long as they get it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some rewarding feeling in that. I like doing stuff like anything like that helps somebody else. It always makes it's a good feeling. That's probably why I sleep at night. I always try to do the right thing. So that's definitely. Hey, we got 36 comments entered in this for the Sergeant Whitey challenge token and stickers. Make sure that you make a comment here. You've got about 2 minutes to comment, and then I'm going to hit the draw button, and we will give that away. And make sure you contact him or contact me via Facebook, and I'll make sure he gets your address. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's Mike from Metal Detecting North Carolina. I love that you got the button on there. That's great.
Yeah. I wanted something signature wise. My previous coin was a 1-inch coin. These are 2-inch coins, and it had the MX Sport on the back. The logo, the only thing I changed on the logo was instead of Dirt Discoveries, I put Discoveries, because I don't just dig in the dirt. I get in the water, I go anywhere. So I wanted to make sure to incorporate that I do more than just digging in the dirt.
So we have 48 in the house. We have 42 entries down to 47. Get a couple more chats in here. If we equal that number out somewhere right around 45, 46, we will go ahead and draw it out. Be sure and at the end of the day, go over and maybe find Sergeant Whitey's Facebook page. Thank him for coming on here and hanging out with me tonight, letting me get a chance to get to know him a little bit, because it's definitely a new thing when somebody just out of the blue invites you to come do something. You don't even know who the heck they are.
Yeah, it was good meeting you, man. But
hey, it's a lot. You know what? I feel like a lot of the people within this community are very like-minded. We all have the same type of goals, and I always enjoy getting to know new people and just seeing what it's like in somebody else's shoes. We got 43 entries and 46 in the house. We got 1 more minute, so you got 1 more minute to chat if you're still here.
I'll just throw out my stuff. Sergeant Whitey on TikToks. I got Sergeant Whitey's Find page on Facebook. I'm on Twitter now. I've got my Instagram up there, and I still have YouTube, and I may try to venture back into dabbling in that again too. So
you know what? If you was to do anything, take your videos from TikTok, post shorts on YouTube, and then just take the copyrighted music out of them. I'm sure they would do well.
Yeah, the only problem with a lot of those videos, that if they have music to it, it's going to be. The only way I could do is I could probably edit with my song and just put my song in every one of them, I guess. But
yeah, everybody, there we go. It looks like we're coming up on the last end of the time here. It's going to be 10:11 here in just a second, and we're going to draw it. Hey, everybody, I want to wish everybody good luck. This is definitely a good prize because I don't know a lot of people that have either of these items. So here we go. We are going to draw it in 3, 2, 1. Good luck, everybody that's here. I hope you win.
Good luck.
And you must be present to win. Can't be gone. Tom Riley, no better person. Are you still in the house, Mr. Tom?
Tom Riley.
Tom Riley is an avid supporter of us all.
Nice.
Tom, are you still in the house? I'll give you some time to comment. Mr. Tom Riley, I can check.
Two Brothers Treasure a while ago I think he's gonna go look for a class ring. I think it's his daughter's. Good luck. I saw that earlier.
See your name, so you're either here or close. Tom Riley, are you in the house? You're still in the chat. Oh, there you are, right there. I'm here. Woohoo! Hey, Tom, if if you can't, do you want to post any contact information, Sean? Or do you want me to get it?
Yeah, he can send it to you and then just message it to me, and then I'll put it in the mail. I've got a couple of packages I got to get sent out. So,
Tom, I don't know if I have your mailing address or not, but please email me right there. Drop me your mailing address, and I will get it out to you. And I'll get that over to Sean so he can mail that out to you. Sergeant Whitey challenge coin and the sticker pack. Everybody, let me drop that share screen. I want to thank everybody for hanging out today. This week was been a trying week at work. My work week ended today, so I get a couple days off, and it's been a horrible week. And tonight made it really cool. It was a pleasure meeting you, my friend. If you got just a second or two when we close this thing down, hang out for just a second down below.
It was good hanging out with everybody. Thanks for having me.
Hey, everybody, this is Sean, Sergeant Whitey. Please check out his TikTok channel. I know that's where he's really having the most fun right now. Show him a little bit of support over there. Hi, Grandma Kelly. I saw you just popped in. Thank you for being here. But as always, everybody, thank you guys for hanging out every Thursday, and we will see you guys on #MondayDigs. Peace.